Today we're going to be replacing the rear brake caliper on a Toyota Camry. Now I know that this right rear brake caliper is seizing up because I've just come back from a long highway run and this wheel is really hot right now. It's just radiating a lot of heat compared to other wheels. Watch what happens when I pull down my pants and pee on it. First thing we're going to do is remove the wheel. And here we have the right rear brake caliper. You have your slider pins at the top and the bottom, your bleeder screw, the brake pads, as well as the brake rotor. The next thing I'm going to do is remove the caliper by removing these two 14mm bolts. And you'll notice that this top bolt here has this black plastic ring on it here, whereas the bottom one doesn't. Now if your caliper is really seized on there, you're going to have to use a pry bar to pry the caliper off because it's squeezing against the pads. And here we have the caliper. Next I'm going to remove the brake pads from the caliper bracket. Again, I'm just going to pry those away. The next thing I need to do is remove the caliper bracket from the knuckle. To do that, there's a 14mm bolt at the top here, and then another 14mm bolt down at the bottom here that I need to remove. So I'm going to break this one free. So now I've got an 18-inch breaker bar on it. I'm going to break this bolt loose. Okay, I think I broke it loose. Okay, I've got my breaker bar with the 14mm socket onto the top caliper bracket bolt. I'm going to break that loose, and then I can go ahead and wind those free. Okay, and those are the two bolts. And now I can remove the caliper bracket. Now in order to demonstrate how seized this caliper is, I'm going to put a wrench on the bleeder screw and put a hose onto the end there. And then I'm going to crack this bleeder free. And then I'm going to come in with these channel lock pliers and attempt to compress the piston. And it's really stuck. I can't even squish this piston down. Ideally it should move freely inward and you'll see the fluid flow out through the bleeder. That takes the hose out of the equation, so therefore we know that this piston is actually stuck inside of this caliper, and I'm going to replace it. Next I need to remove this 14mm banjo bolt to free the caliper from the line. However, it is on there pretty tight and I don't have enough leverage, so I'm actually going to reinstall the caliper onto the caliper bracket and bolt that in so I can get enough leverage. Okay, so with the caliper now back onto the bracket, I'm going to break this banjo bolt loose. Ooh, it's on there pretty tight. Alright, I've got the breaker bar on there now. I'm going to break this bolt free. So here I have the rebuilt caliper that I'm going to put on. This one here has the caliper bracket, so I'm going to remove these slider pins so I can install that separately. On the back here we have a plug where the banjo bolt goes. It comes with a new crush washer. It also comes with new shims and yet another banjo crush washer. So now I'm going to swap the caliper. I'm going to undo this 14mm banjo bolt, and I have to act quickly if I don't want too much fluid to drain out of the system and empty the master cylinder. So I'll remove that and quickly remove this washer here, and I'm going to add a little bit of anti-seize to the banjo bolt so it doesn't get stuck again. I'll just clean this up quickly, make sure the surfaces are clean. Then I'm going to install a new crush washer, and then I'm going to install the new caliper. I'll just thread that on. And you've got to make sure that this notch lines up inside of here so the angle of the hose is correct. And then I'll just snug that down with my 14mm ratchet. And I'm going to empty this caliper here. Even though there's no brake pressure on this side, it's not going in, so this caliper is definitely seized. I'm just going to remove the rotor to inspect the parking brake. Oh my, there's no shoes back there. Somebody's been in here and completely removed the parking brake assembly. It's jokes. Now it's a good idea to go in and clean your mess with some brake cleaner. I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on these caliper bracket bolts so they don't seize up again against the knuckle. Next I'm going to install these shims onto the caliper bracket, and then I'm going to add a little bit of anti-seize to where the pads are going to slide against, and then I can install the caliper bracket onto the knuckle and screw in these two 14mm bolts, and then we'll just snug that down nice and snug. It looks like these brake pads have about, I don't know, 6 months of life left on them. I'm going to reuse them anyways. Now I need to clean up the edge of these brake pads around here where it slides in the caliper bracket. So I stole my brother's toothbrush and I'm just going to brush off any excess rust or dust. And then I'm just going to spray that down nice and clean. and come in with my brother's old underwear here and wipe that up. Now I'm going to add a little bit of anti-seize to the top and the bottom lips of these pads here. Click that in, and then we'll click in this pad. Now on the slider pin, I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on the thread parts only, and then I'm going to put a little bit of brake lube onto the slider pin and rub it around nice and evenly. Now you can also add just a little bit of lubrication around the piston of the caliper here, as well as on the opposite side of the piston, so that it can help against brake squeal or chatter. And now I'm going to install the new brake caliper over the caliper bracket, and then I'm going to install the top slider pin, which has this rubber band on it, into the hole there. Line that up, and then I'm going to line up the bottom slider pin and tighten that one down as well. And when you're done, the slider should move nice and freely back and forth. Finally, I'm going to give the brake rotor a nice cleaning with some brake cleaner and my brother's underwear. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is bleed this brake caliper. So I'm going to put my 8mm wrench over the brake bleeder and then connect a hose over that brake nipple. Now that hose leads up over the strut and then down to this water bottle. Next up, I'm going to go under the hood and remove the cap for the master cylinder, and I'm going to fill it up with fluid. I'm using .3 brake fluid here. Now make sure you don't get any of this stuff on your paint. You'll want to wipe it off. Then I'm going to get my brother to press and hold the brake pedal. Okay, hold it. Pump it up. Hold it. You can see how the fluid is coming out. So check this out, I was actually trying to bleed the other side and I bent the bleeder screw. So I'm not going to be bleeding this side because I don't want that to snap off and then I'd have to extract it. Alright, once the brakes are bled, we're going to install the wheel. Finally, we're going to take the vehicle for a test drive and make sure that the brakes operate properly. Make sure you return the old caliper in the box you got it in. They want like 40 bucks to recycle these. After a nice long test drive, I'm going to double check that the caliper is not overheating anymore.